Greetings guys and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elio, just in case you guys don't know it, and in today's video we have Ark as the next monster review. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Alright, so quick shout out to Sasha, I believe it was Saitanya, who requested this video since the Arks got buffs recently where they got their skills changed to help make them more viable, especially for the Nat 2 League. So we're going to go ahead and see what they're working with here. I already have the Fire one pulled up. We can see that the Fire one is the Defender type, and he's coming in with nearly 30k HP, but it's 29k to be exact, 1.3k attack, and then 2.6k defense. He's a defender. His HP is actually pretty good as a defender, even if you take into account that he is a Nat 2, and his defense is fine. I don't really have any complaints about that. In terms of uses outside of, you know, the Nat 3 League, we can tell already with his skills, which I'm about to pull up right here, no real usage. I mean, I don't find myself using tanks anywhere in PvE for whatever situation. In theory, you could try and bring him into Golems B10 if you're a newbie starting out, but why would you when you have Nike, or preferably you get some DPS just to negate the entire need for a tank. But damage reduction of 50%, pretty standard for one turn for his 3-star skill, and then his 5-star skill is Fearless Taunt, which has a reduces damage by 50% for one turn and grants a 60% chance to draw enemies' attention for 2 turns. So overall, not bad at all. Let's check his skill books out real quick if he has some. So he gets a boost in damage from his 3-star skill, which doesn't really matter, but that now becomes 2 turns, which is actually pretty solid. So 2 turns damage reduction for 50%, well, by 50%. And then his taunt goes up to 80% for the 2 turns as well of drawing the enemy's attention. Overall solid. It's nice to have a very annoying mon. Let's see if he's single target though. Yep, he's single target. So his use is limited, but it's nice to have a very annoying mon during the Nat 3 season that could potentially not, I wouldn't say it'd be like a game changer, but could be very annoying to have. Especially if I'm thinking about this the way that I should be. It's almost like a Fire Valk. Obviously Fire Valk has slightly different skills, but it's pretty much the same thing here. Very cheap and easy to build, and could probably make someone cuss during the Nat 3 League if you're not using this one already. But let's go ahead and move on to the Water one next. Alright, next up we have Water Ark, who is also a Defender type, coming in with 28k HP, so 1k less than the Fire one. 1.6k attack, nearly 1.7, a little bit more attack than the Fire one, and then 2.5k defense, I'll say. So slightly less defense, a little bit more attack, slightly less HP. Not a big deal. Stats are still there. Obviously, I would prefer the Fire one in terms of stats because defenders don't really do damage, but it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. But this one comes in with damage reduction, 50% chance for 1 turn, and then stun, 60% chance for 2 turns. So overall, not bad. It is single target though, so keep in mind that this one doesn't really do too much damage. And I mean, you could run both of these in a PvP situation where you're fighting and using them, but I would prefer just to put my defenders, unless they're like light Persephone, basically just as defense mods only. But let's take a look at the skill books real quick. So obviously the same thing as the previous Ark, where the damage reduction duration is now 2 turns, and then we get some damage increase for the stun, and that goes to 80% for 2 turns, I want to say. 80% chance for 2 turns. It would be amazing if this was like AoE, but it's only a single target. But I mean, this one could be potentially annoying as well. While I find that stun, it's really just, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to tell you that this is better than the Fire one, because it's literally just a different element with a different 5-star skill. Not saying that Fearless Taunt is bad, but Fearless Taunt goes in very well in my opinion, especially with the damage reduction. While stun obviously just does stunning, so I would already say, at least in my opinion or my understanding of the game, that I would definitely go with the Fire one so far. But boys, wait, we have the Wood one. Let's go over here and check out the Wood one real quick. Alright, last, and definitely not least, is Wood Ark, who is actually an attacker type, which is actually surprising. I thought he was going to be another defender or a tank. But he's coming in with nearly 34k HP, which is quite a lot. He's quite a hefty boy in the HP department, which is actually amazing. 2.1k-ish attack, nearly 2.2k, and then 1.3k defense. That defense stat, boys, 100% just gag me with a machete, dude. That is oof. But let's go over here and check out the skills real quick. So damage reduction, which is just an arc staple, 50% chance, 50% reduction, not chance, for 1 turn. This is probably going to go to 2 turns. And then he also has Hunter, which obviously it's 50%. So if you were to build this arc for whatever purpose that you need him built, he needs to have a square slot. There's really no excuse because they are easily catchable. Wait, is this one easily catchable? Okay. Nope, wrong one. Okay, this one can only be summoned from the eggs, but still, you pull enough eggs, you'll eventually get an arc with a square slot. So I don't want no excuses, boys, no excuses. But let's take a look at the skill books real quick. So damage boost for the damage reduction, obviously it's still not going to do a ton of damage, but 2-turn duration, and then Hunter gets a 30% boost, which is a hefty boost. But considering that very, very low base attack, like, this is like the great value of the great value of the great value wood attackers. I honestly don't see any area where you could use this mon in. It would be interesting seeing how he would be set up in the Nat 3 league, but we also have plenty of Fire Drakas around, which I'm not saying Fire Draka is the meta anymore because he's not, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of Fire Drakas or a lot of Fire Mons in general. And if damage reduction isn't up, even with the Nat 3 league going on, there's a good chance, due to that defense, he's probably going to die, if not be very, very close to death. So this one, in my opinion, is obviously the weakest one out of the bunch. Hunter is nice, but it is single target, and damage reduction is obviously nice for mitigating damage from him, but 10 out of 10, just the worst one out of the bunch. I would say that fire and water, depending on what you're trying to do, may be more interesting for the Nat 3 league, with the water one having the stun available, and then the fire one having the fearless taunt, which, like I said before, I would prefer the fearless taunt because a single target stun is meh, but at least fearless taunt is always single target, and you know, they're basically going to fall into Ark's trap of him having mad damage reduction plus fearless taunt on them. That sounds like a good combo to me. So I'm very interested to see if anyone is running Arcs in the Nat 3 league. If you're planning on building one, I would definitely go for it and see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much the Arc review. Shout out to Sasha for recommending the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.